My friends, the time has come. About 5 years ago when I started this channel, I had no idea where this would blossom to. I saw that I liked a game and that people weren't talking about it, so I started talking about it, and that really was the beginning of 2 Plus Tough. And since that launch, things have been crazy. The channel blew up. I got to meet some of the most incredible and humbling people that I never thought I would get to meet, including content creators that I loved, and get to play games with people that are just so awesome. And then I got elected or voted to be a Warhammer hero, which you can see right there in the top back. And that was, again, just another thing that I just never thought that I would be able to achieve. And so we're taking the next step, which is I'm going full time, probably around mid-November. First or second week of November, which is why I say probably. I'm going to be moving back to the Midwest, Iowa specifically, and being near family and much, much lower cost of living means that I can actually go full-time into content creation. This means more lore. It means more videos of just chatting here about different topics, giving you more stuff to listen to while you paint, as well as building an awesome community of kind people to encourage one another. And my patrons along the way have been the most supportive and encouraging people that frankly I don't deserve. And they're all incredible and they're all awesome. And it is with their blessing that I'm going to extend an invitation to you. The money that comes in from Patreon, I'm very transparent about it. The last time I did a big ask for assistance was when YouTube was kind of demonetizing everything. And I said that money is going towards helping me and my wife, frankly, put a down payment down on a home so I can build a decked out, custom studio. And that is exactly what that money is going towards. We're going to move into an apartment in November, and then a year after that, or 6 months to 12 months, depending on the lease, we'll be getting a house. I think it's pretty easy to understand why we don't want to go straight into being a first-time homeowner during a national crisis. But as I was staring down the barrel of making this huge life change that I'm so excited about, I can't even tell you enough, an issue came up that I was like, well, the money that I had put aside that I promised the patrons was going towards a studio and a down payment for a home and that kind of thing. That means that, frankly, I won't have the funds to expand the channel when it comes to things like recording equipment. And so my invitation to you, again, with the patron's blessing, is I have started a GoFundMe, a very modest one, to get a new camera, some new lighting, and basically hardware so that I can put my desk together in a way that allows me to record much faster. Now, when you combine all those things with the amount of time that I will have, you will see an exponential growth in content on this channel. Right now, I'm kind of bogged down by my recording quality, meaning this is the highest quality thing that I can produce as a human being. And it only goes downhill when you talk about things like battle reports, which we'll get to in a second, as well as painting tutorials and that kind of stuff. And so what I want to do is take this channel to the next level and have those assets ready so that when I go full-time in November, we can hit the ground running and do some incredible stuff. So in the description down below, you'll find a link to the GoFundMe page, and there I have listed out in great detail exactly what the money is going towards and what you can expect from it. But to give you a little bit of a spoiler, I want to do battle reports, which is limited at this time because I use my phone, and the amount of data and information it requires to film one of the narrative ones that I do pretty much makes this thing a useless brick every single time. So I need a real camera. I need lighting so that it's not just these harsh fluorescents. And basically, like I said, desktop hardware to be able to make a system that I can just sit down and start recording. When you factor all those things together, you get incredibly high quality content, as well as just getting it faster. I went and hung out with my buddy Shu from Rerolling Ones, and they have the camera that I'm actually saving up for, and so I wanted to show you this is what it could look like. Now, of course, we threw this background together very, very ad hoc. We just threw some chairs and that kind of thing, but the truth is, this is what I can do. I think it looks absolutely astounding, especially if I take the time to really curate a great looking background. And in addition to that, and this is one that I think is really important, is that the camera now becomes mobile instead of using a webcam, I mean. So I can take this with me to events, and so we can do interviews at those, and everything from one-day local events, small, I think they call them road trader tournaments, everything to large conventions like Nova or LVO or something like that. So yes, while I do have a Patreon, and I do really, really sincerely appreciate everyone who gives there. The reason I have this separate GoFundMe is simply for equipment, because that Patreon money will become my income very, very soon. So friends, thank you so much. If you wouldn't mind considering, every little bit helps. Like I said, it's a GoFundMe. It's an established, respected website that they don't have any problems with. If you have any further questions, go ahead and ask them down below, and I will keep a running FAQ on the actual GoFundMe page with more details and things like that. And I do, as like I said, go into more details about things you can expect and when you can expect them. So go ahead and check that out if you wouldn't mind. I'm so excited for this next chapter in my life. Like, just having the freedom to be able to hang out with you guys more. And just to give you, like I said, another brief spoiler, the things that this GoFundMe will allow me to do are things like battle reports once every 2 weeks is kind of what I'm going for because of the style that I do them in. I'm talking about live streams multiple times a week at different times of the day so I can catch folks in the US, UK, and Australia. And now I say UK, I mean all of Europe, basically. And in addition to that, talking more about painting tutorials so I can help people who don't want to be professional painters or are intimidated by a lot of the larger painting channels out there, how to get models painted quickly and armies done easily, which of course is kind of my thing, right? I crank out armies and I flip them. So if you want to join me on any of those things, please consider donating down below. Essentially what you're paying for is future content. I mean, there's just more stuff to come. It's a one-time thing. Not everyone likes Patreon, but by golly, I am so grateful for you to even consider watching this video and watching this channel, and maybe even going over and pitching in. I have incredible plans for the future, friends. I have some really cool things coming in the pipeline, but I simply need the means to be able to create them in a way that shows off, I don't know, what my passion is. So thank you so much. Go ahead and check it out and let me know your thoughts. Again, happy wargaming.